Sean, we often hear this, maybe sometimes with loved ones or people that we know in nursing homes, that sometimes bed sores develop and all. And Frances has a question related to that. Her aunt actually got a bed sore in a nursing home, and then sepsis, which I believe is kind of an infection beyond that. Any recommendations about maybe what Frances' next step should be?
Absolutely. Great question, and one that, unfortunately, many people deal with as you get elderly and you're in this type of community or assisted living facility or nursing home, and your health is deteriorating. A lot of people do have a problem with mobility. What really needs to be done is the family needs to look into what protocols and procedures were going on at the nursing home, whether they, talk with the management and staff there, get copies of the records of the patient, or, contact an attorney about the issue to handle that type of investigation. Bed sores are not always 100% avoidable. They're a pressure ulcer that happens, as we get older, so our health deteriorates as well. So it can be very easy for people, even with the best of care, to at times develop these type of injuries. What we really have to look at is whether there was any negligence on behalf of the nursing home, whether they failed to follow their own protocols for moving the patient. Most have for people that are immobile or have difficulty actually moving on their own, they have procedures in place for the nursing staff and certified nursing assistants to go by periodically and readjust those patients to try and avoid that. There's also a possibility of, a medical malpractice claim if, there were bed sores that became apparent on the patient, and, the proper standard of care was not followed in trying to, fix those bed sores and heal those bed sores. So definitely a lot of things that can be looked into. Unfortunately, sometimes those happen from, neglect or not the best of service in a nursing home. Other times they're just unavoidable.
I was just wondering, for either of you, really, who is the burden of proof on to determine whether that is negligence, since it can just happen? Is it difficult to sort of go after, if you will, a nursing home?
The answer really is very simple, that the plaintiff has the burden of proof of establishing a breach of the standard of care. In nursing home cases, you're going to need a medical expert to review the medical records to establish a breach of the standard of care. And I'll tell all of y'all this: if you're going to pursue a nursing home case, one of the principal defenses raised time and time again is they check to see if these relatives who are asserting a claim for either injury or death of another relative in a nursing home ever spend any time with that deceased relative. In other words, you have a death and the circumstances were avoidable and the nursing home is responsible, but the person who is asserting the claim now for the wrongful death never came to visit the deceased, never had a relationship. So if you have concerns about bed sores, you should be checking on your relative as much as you possibly can. You can take photographs over time to demonstrate what's going on. You should record, and you can record voice conversations with either nurses, directors concerning the care and treatment of your loved one. And you're in a much better position to assert a claim without undermining your credibility if you're the person that cares and loves the person that suffered the injury. It is a collateral issue, but it is one that defense lawyers put into the jury room and the jury considers in determining their verdict. So if you're going to assert a claim like this, including one involving bed sores, make sure you're the person that looks out for the deceased or the injured party.